Hi everyone, it's Dr. Derp. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the wait. It's been a long time since I last did a video, so I thought I'd jump in with a couple of replay videos during the lockdown period. So these battles were all kind of recorded in enough around this time between March and June of this year. So it's 3 different tanks, 3 different videos, and we're going to start off down in tier 3 with the BT7 RT. So for those that don't know, the BT7 RT, I think it was a reward tank maybe about 3 or 4 years ago now at this stage. So some of the OGs might remember it. It literally was dubbed the KV2 at their tier 3. Probably more accurately now is probably the T49, because you literally took the BT7, which at tier 3 is a good tank anyway, fast, nimble, and then you put a howitzer gun on top of it. So made for extra lols, great laughs with it actually, especially at tier 3 when you could go down and seal club with it. Nowadays, probably tier 3 is a bit affected, and the long waiting time probably stops you from going down too much, but I think I had a mission to do with a light tank, get a mastery in a light tank, and I was thinking, do you know what, the BT7 RT is perfect for this. So as normal on 4 to spare, yeah, I normally would take the cap direction in an effort to just spot, and also kind of put a bit of cap pressure to kind of force the reds out. Typically at the lower tiers you'll see a lot of kind of camping, so it's not too much of a surprise to see 3 tanks there up on that typical camping zone. So I'm just going to wait it out for the moment, do nothing too seriously. The gun obviously has a long aiming time. You mainly shoot all HE. There's nothing too difficult about that. Sometimes you might switch to AP for different scenarios, but mostly it's HE. You're splashing people, trying to get that 200 average roll, which it brings, which pretty much takes about 3/4 of each tank's hit points away. And as you see, the 10 TP is regretting coming out sideways there. So we're down a couple of tanks now at the moment, so it might be a little bit tricky. I'm just going to see if I can kind of bait these guys out. The cruiser is probably my #1 priority, because I know how OP that tank is, or at least used to be. I don't know, it hasn't been buffed. Our FTAC decides after spending the whole game camping, he's going to come out and use his absolutely superior armour to go head to head with those 2 cruisers. And as you can see, it hasn't really worked out well for him. He's gone, he's out of there. So again, I'm focusing on the cruiser. Switched AP there for originally, and then switched back to HE when he went sideways on me. And with him out of the game, it's now become a bit more realistic that we might pull something out of the bag here. So it's 4 on 2, and the Panzer III is kind of sitting there, not approaching the Stuart, who again is my next target. And get a low roll there on the HE, but if you just keep chipping away, like 78 is still a good roll at tier 3, so even when you don't penetrate, you're still doing damage, and that's why I kind of like this tank. So I'm just kind of in and out, seeing if I can take out that cruiser, and he bails off. So I think it's now time to see if I can take out that 10 TP. And out he goes. So that kind of clears that side of the flank, and now I'm on my way. Our Panzer just has decided I'm just going to sit there and see what happens, which is fair enough. I'm thinking this might be a high roll, but the Stuart is looking at me. There we go, full roll, 206. And for some strange reason, predictably, the Panzer decides, oh, now I'll move. So he takes the kill. Typical tier 3 play there. So now it's just about mopping up. These guys are one shots for me. Put a lag there, take out him. And all I'm going to do here is just wait for my reload. Nothing stupid, nothing silly. Come out, take another shot, and then I'll clear him here. And that's what happens. So 4 kills, 12, nearly 1300 damage. And because this tank isn't played often, because not a lot of people actually have it anymore, that's probably going to give me a mastery, which it does. So that was my mission right there, to master a light tank. So as you can see, the team mixed results, and just some of the stats there. So we'll move on to the next battle, which is in the Tiger 1. So during lockdown I was grinding a few lower tier tanks and I really wanted some of the German tanks, so I was grinding both the Tiger line and the Tiger P line, so I have the two tanks at the same time. I flew through the Tiger one, really enjoyed the tank. It's obviously, as a lot of people say, it's that heavium. It's fast, it's nimble, it's got a good gun, and it just chews through tanks with the DPM. The Tiger P I still have because I'm just not enjoying it. Not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed this tank. This tank, in my opinion, is far better. And I know that might be a bit controversial because people say the Tiger P is OP, but I don't know, kind of the pace of it. This thing is so fast, it's so flexible. You can go out to medium flanks, and as you can see me here, you can hold the line, or at least try and hold the line. So I don't normally camp the bridge. I normally go the medium flank. I just don't believe in camping bridge. I think it just leads to stalemates. But I supported the team. It was kind of called out, so I'm trading a few shots with the VK, which I know is quite a strong tank because obviously it's the tank before this, and literally the two of us are just bouncing each other. He switched to Pramo. You can see 190 bounces coming across, and I realised this is going to result in a stalemate. We're already a tank down and I'm not covering myself in glory at the moment. I'm hitting a few wayward shots, just trying to hit a few blind shots, and hit one there which actually does go in, as you can see. So he's down to half health, but now we're two tanks down and I can't really spend the whole game doing this, so I'm going to have to support the flank. They're coming here, the Challenger. I'm going to probably take a hit here, which I do. I think it was the M6 hits me. The Challenger surprises me. He actually goes on a full YOLO, but he does clear one of our tanks, so I suppose it was probably the right play. And now we're three tanks down and I'm trying to hit hack shots. It's just not working out here. I think I've only done 200 damage, maybe 400 with that blind shot. I can see the Helsing is flanking us, and the T29 has spotted that as well, but I realise the two of us can't spend time there. I've got to start clearing tanks here, so I'm praying that our T29 can maybe hold that flank, and while I go off and support our M6 who's gone down. So it's now 2 on 5. First is the FB201 that I need to clear. The Challengers doesn't seem to be really paying attention now. He's got caught out a bit. The M6, I don't know if he's stock, but I'm not too familiar with that tank, but he's bouncing me a lot there. So 225, maybe he isn't stock. Challenger comes down. Can I swing and a hit? Do. M6 hits my side, which was bound to happen. I need to clear this guy as soon as possible. Face hug, get the bounce. Hopefully, I'm angling a bit too much there, but I can bring it back in. Now here's my nemesis, the VK3601. So he's gonna. I need to get quick to take this guy out. I'm worried about my T29. He surely isn't going to hold out too long. I take a swing and a miss there, which is poor play from me. He's now got me down. He's shooting Pramo, but in fairness, I don't blame him for that. He's looking for hatches. The Challenger comes out, and even the auto aim wants to drag the gun away. I still get to clear him. It's now 2 on 1. I'm down to a one shot. And this is surely it. The Halcyon, he's surely going to clear me out here. Two of them are reloaded. He tries to ram me, face hooks me. That's probably not a good idea. The two bounces, and surely now cleared. So a bit lucky there. The Helsing did a poor play there. He face hugged me, blocking the VK for the clear shot. I got the bounce from both of them, and that actually gave me a Kolobanov and 5 kills. So I'm just checking to see what their win ratio was. 52%. That's okay. You know, 46% for the VK, but he played much better than a 46% player. So I think the Helsing there made a mistake. And lastly, we have the anniversary tank, which was a reward tank. I'm not too sure when it was given out. I think it was given out before lockdown, but it took me a while to actually go out and play it. So this is actually my first and only game that I've played in the tank. So new tank, do this, as you can see me say. We're on mines, it's tier 6, so I gotta take the hill. So I'm expecting a couple of challenges here, probably from the Leopard, given the pace that he's got, but he's a tier below me, so I'm wondering as well, will the Strav, the Swedish tank, come? It doesn't. The leopard actually takes a weird spot there. I think that's kind of poor play from him. But I've taken the hill now, and he's gone. He's out of there. So he's lasted 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds in the game. The Swedish tank is coming up. He's trying to clear me, but all he's doing here, I've managed to get a bounce. I encountered this tank loads of times before, so I knew well that it had a decent armor profile, if you could call it that. Like it's got a steep upper glacis, so it'll allow you almost like kind of a Russian tank to kind of pull out in a berm like this. So as you can see, I'm kind of using that, but the game is descending into almost like a tier 2 game here. I've taken the hill, and this is going to be a turkey shoot here. They're not pushing me. They're sitting out in the open, and once they fire, I fire. This should be an easy win, but our team actually kind of seem to make a mess of it. They're kind of YOLOing out, playing into the hands, especially with the AT7 there. So I'm just going to clear the YG, I think it is. I'm not too sure the names of some of these tanks. The Swedish tank comes up, but I'm willing to take a hit to clear him. I think the alpha on this is 180, so he might have misplayed there. The AT8 is trying to do his best. You can see he's got not a lot of options. So I have a look at the Nashorn, and I miss a shot. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, the gun isn't great here. So switch to HG, and then I actually get a ridiculous shot. So I'm still wondering, God, is this gun good, or was that just lucky? So it's now we're a tank up. That'll change very quickly now as they pull it back to 3-all. The Chaffee's kind of just decided to drive right in front of the 88, which is obviously kind of what you're going to get in the lower levels. So I'm just going to farm off his hit points. But then I realised when we go, it's 2-on-3, I kind of need this guy, so I switch over. I'm hoping to distract maybe the 88, but it's good enough to just clear him there. So I know there's a guy coming in behind us, so I need to see if I can clear him. Luckily enough, he's on a one-shot, so I switch to APCR and clear him out. And now I can see the Chaffee taking hits from the Excelsior, so I'm worried about him, trying to keep him in the game. So the Excelsior 206, boom, he's out of there. So it's only about now when someone comments 7 lol, I realise, oh, that was a Rossini medal. 7 kills on my first game in the tank, a mastery tank. I haven't played the tank since, so as a result, it's my highest average damage tank as well. So at tier 6, that's my highest average, which is kind of embarrassing. But there's the 3 games. Dr. Derp out.